You don't really realize how much you're actually putting out.
Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brother Joe. I know most of you have not seen me in a while, and this is Brother Vince Frey, and we're up here, and he calls it Team Kermit, and I've been calling it Kermit Revival, hashtag Kermit Revival, and do not be shocked when you see this. And I told him the other Kermit I had that I called Covert Operation. It was chopped up, and in fact I still have the frame with a Chevy 4.3 liter sitting in a scrap lot. But here is Kermit, and I know this is going to be a shock to some of you that remember this, and he's cut off all the panels and disassembled the rear end panels. That is the... Go ahead, brother. You were saying this is
What I did was I straightened the back bumper, so this was tweaked on this side. And what we're going to do is we're using things that Brother Joe already had on, like this piece of angle iron. It's going to be the back mount for the body, and then we basically build the whole structure going forward. I'm repairing the frame as I go, so I've already done. You might want to show them the front frame sections. I've already put hand fabricated 2 frame rails, so they're in on both sides. That was pretty extensive, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the engine and plate the frame on both sides. It's rotted out on both sides where the cross member goes.
Okay.
But we got those new frame rails on it. It's going to have all brand new brakes. Got brand new wheel cylinders, brand new drums, brand new brake shoes, brand new flex hoses. And what we're doing is we're repairing as we go. So when we take something apart, we straighten it out before we even put it back together. It was like that with these like these plates was just a simple little thing, but the bolts all snapped off. This mounts on the frame, and the bumper mounts to this on the one side, and the steering box mounts on the other. So it's a lot of stuff like that where it just takes a lot of time to get the bolts out and rethread it and get it together. But it's coming together. I'm very honored to be working on it for Brother Joe, and I'm excited about it. Even though it's a lot of work, I'm excited about it. It's a lot of fabricating. You can't just buy stuff, because if we do that, it'd be a ridiculous amount of money to buy all these pieces custom made. So we're fabricating as we go. You might want to show them those wheel wells, Joe, that I made.
Yes, sir.
That's kind of unique, right? We put these together.
He fabricated all this, is welding all this stuff up. Brother, did you get a message? Do you do you have a MIG welder?
I did. It's right there, Colbert. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the wheel well for the right side, so you kind of get an idea. And why did we make these? Well, I'll show you an old one.
Coming over. This was
there's an old one.
This is the semi-stock. Looks like I put a plate in there. Somebody did.
Yep.
This Jeep here, somebody years ago, I'll come back in a minute, brother, put a floor in there. It is really bad, and they just made it tough as all get out. Now, some of you can remember one of my buddies, George Nash, and then another George Nash senior and my buddy Rabbit. And George had been hurt in a factory at GM while he was working, and so he had a hard time getting in and out of vehicles. And then Rabbit had cerebral palsy, and he had a hard time getting in and out of vehicles. So that's when I chopped this thing all to pieces and cut the big old mailbox body off it. That's why I left it low. And now, back then, I had all kinds of flexibility, but I'm 65 years of age with a little touch of vertigo. So it'll be good for me to be not have to try to crawl in and out of that vehicle, because that would be kind of rough on my old keister. But and this is, I know to some folks this will look bad, but it's not. There's basically, this is the rear tailgate area, and then that's one of the 2 quarter panels, and these are real heavy steel. I put that in there, and then the steel floorboard, because I tried to put a CJ5 body on that old Jeep that we had, the other postal Jeep that we had, and it was also a left-hand driver, a DJ3C5, but that thing, after I bought that body from a friend of mine when I was taking body shop classes up at OCC, and I started sanding the paint off. It was nothing but mud, nothing but Bondo, and not even Duraglass, just Bondo. So it was, you know. So that's why we decided to go with heavy steel floor pans. And you can see, what is this? What's that gauge? It's considered what, about an eighth of an inch thick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
That might be like 12, maybe like 12.
That's a heavy, and this is heavy. So the quarter panels, the floorboard, and the rear tailgate on this thing is thick. And then he did the same thing here. This is a much heavier gauge of there's the bottom floorboard.
Yeah, the back plate. Yep.
Yeah, and so that was all cute and freshly painted and all that. All these years later. So anyway. Operation Kermit Revival. Anybody wants to help us out, I'll put a link in here later on if you want to donate online. This is not going to be cheap, but I want to get this thing back up and running, use it in biker ministry and a few other things. This we used it quite a bit on the streets, and then we took it into the youth ministry and just kind of beat the devil out of that thing. And the reason I would put time and effort into this is to put a brand new transmission in it a few years ago, and then it has sat still forever. Okay, thank you, brother.
You're very welcome.
I know this is a ton of work. All right, love y'all. Bro Joe, sign out. Talk to you later. Bye. Say goodnight, Say goodnight, Kermit.